Dear students, today's topic of my lecture electrostatics of conductor, electrostatic shielding, and dielectric. So, first of all, behavior of conductors in electrostatic field. The first property is the net electric field intensity in the interior of a conductor is zero. So, for that purpose, we take a conductor and placed in electrostatic field, which is produced by these two metal plates connected to the battery or the cell. Then an electric field is produced. Then what happens? Then the charges, that is free electrons of the conductor, they get drifted towards the positive end of the plates, leaving positive core charge behind this. And then what happens? These positive and negative charges of the conductor, they get separated due to the polarization, and then electric field is developed in the opposite direction of the original electric field, and that electric field is represented by EP, and original electric field is represented by E naught, and this EP and E naught are equal and opposite, therefore the net electric field inside the conductor is zero. So that's why we say that net electric field inside the conductor is zero. Now the second property is electric field just outside the charged conductor is perpendicular to the surface of conductor. Obviously, if we say that an electric field is acting at some angle that is other than 90-degree, then there will be a component of the electric field, that is E cos theta, which is acting along the tangent to the surface, and due to this E cos theta, the charge Q must accelerate and develop the surface current, but in electrostatic, charge is at rest, therefore this E cos theta should be zero, then there is no surface current. So when E cos theta equal to zero, it means E cannot be zero, then cos theta is zero. If cos theta is 0, then theta equal to 90 degree. So that's why we say that electric field just outside the charged conductor is perpendicular to the surface of the conductor. Now the third property, you see that from the first property what we are saying, net electrostatic field inside the conductor is 0. So third property is related to this, net electric charge inside the conductor is 0. So how it is 0, how you can say that? That you know that the formula of the flux phi is equal to close integral E dot ds equal to q upon epsilon naught. Since E equal to 0, then this factor is 0, then q upon epsilon naught, then q equal to 0. So that's why we say that inside a conductor net electric charge is 0. Now the fourth property, charge always resides on the surface of a conductor. Obviously, if inside the conductor charge is 0, then it means the charge will reside only onto the surface of the conductor. Then you see here we are taking a conductor, and this q is the excess charge that we will give to this, so it will remain on the surface of charged conductor since inside the charge is 0. So you see here the charge is distributed uniformly over to the surface, that is the charge reside on the surface of the conductor, and inside the conductor, if you say that these dotted line they are representing the Gaussian surface, and inside the conductor the charge is 0. Now the fifth property, electric potential throughout the conductor remains constant. So for that purpose, we take a formula already you have studied, that dV equal to minus EdR. That is the relation between electric potential and electric field. So from here, what we say that E equal to 0. So if E equal to 0, it means dV equal to 0. So if we calculate the total electric potential, then we have to integrate it. So when you integrate it, then what happens? Integral dV equal to integral 0, and integral 0 is constant. So that's why the total electric potential is constant. That's why we say that electric potential is constant throughout the conductor. Now the sixth property, electric field at the surface of a charged conductor is given by this formula. That is E vector equal to sigma upon epsilon naught n cap. Here n cap is the unit vector which acts along outward normal to the surface, and this sigma is the surface charge density. You see that this is a surface of the conductor. Here we take a small cylindrical surface that is called pillbox. Inside it there is a plus q charge. Due to this plus q charge, the direction of electric field is radially outward, and delta S is the small area element. When we drop a normal over to it, which is also along to the direction of the electric field, that is outward normal. So for calculating this formula, you apply here the Gauss's theorem. Means first you calculate the electric flux, then after that find out the total charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface, and then apply the Gauss's law. Then you will get this formula, and which comes E vector equal to sigma upon epsilon naught n cap. Right? Now come to the electrostatic shielding. As its name indicates, shielding means it is the phenomena of protecting certain region of space from the external electric field. For example, we take, if a person is inside a car or house, then we say that he or she is safe from the thunderstorm accompanied by lightning in comparison to the open ground. And this concept we use for protecting very sensitive instruments in laboratories, so that the influence of external electric field can be avoided, and these instruments which are very sensitive can be protected. So you see that here we take a hollow conductor, and in this hollow conductor, inside it electric field is 0, but potential remains constant inside and outside, that is throughout the conductor constant. And some charges you can see that here, these are the positive charges, so electric field is radially outward and the surface charge density is greater than 0. Similarly here sigma is greater than 0, positive charges, and here the negative charges, sigma less than 0, so electric field is radially inward. Same way here. So this is the hollow conductor. So this in hollow conductor inside electric field is 0. So that's why a person who is safe inside the car or house when the lightning fall onto the car or house. So that process is known as electrostatic shielding, and this concept is used for protecting very sensitive instruments in laboratories. Now dielectrics. Dielectrics, generally what we say that they are the non-conducting substances or the insulators. They are known as dielectrics. And when they are insulators, even then they transmit the electric effect without conducting when placed in external electric field. As you already studied in the property, the first property, when we are placing a conductor in an electrostatic field, then what happens? Then the positive and negative charges of the conductor, they get separated. Similarly, what happens when a non-conducting substance, when we place in external electric field, you see here in the diagram, so this is the direction of the original electric field. So here somewhere it is a positive plate and here it is the negative plate. So what happens? This dielectric, which is an insulating body, here the positive and negative charges that get separated, means the negative charge get drifted towards the positive end of the plate, and positive charge they get repelled. So it means positive and negative charges get separated. But here the electric field which generated inside the dielectric, that is not equal to the original electric field which is given by external source, that is E naught. So that's why inside the dielectric, E naught plus E electric field inside, due to the polarization cannot be 0. But in case of the conductor, it is 0. So you remember it. Right? There are two types of the dielectrics. One is non-polar dielectrics, or we say that non-polar molecules, and second one is polar dielectrics or polar molecules. Because non-polar dielectrics, they are made of the non-polar molecules. Similarly, polar dielectrics, they are made of the polar molecules. Sometimes we also say that they are non-polar molecules and non-polar dielectrics. For example, we take for the dielectric, that is air, hydrogen, glass, mica, paraffin wax, transformer oil, etc. And you see that the air is a good insulator, as I already told you, and its dielectric strength is 3 into 10 to the power 6 volt per meter. Up to this strength, dielectric is an insulator. Beyond that, that dielectric becomes conductor. So here non-polar molecules or the non-polar dielectric. A molecule in which the center of positive charges coincide with the center of the negative charges, that is called a non-polar molecules. In case of the non-polar molecules, they are symmetrical shape. For example, we say that N2, CH4, O2, H2, C6, H6, etc. CO2. You see that here the diagram. They are the non-polar dielectrics because they are made of the non-polar molecules. So H2 and CO2. Here in these cases, what happens? The positive of the center charge coincide with the center of the negative charge, due to which the net dipole moment is 0. So it means non-polar dielectrics or the non-polar molecules, in the absence of the electric field, not having any dipole moment. So you can see here in the diagram, the external electric field is 0 and therefore electric dipole moment is also 0. In that condition, the center of positive and negative charges remains coincide. So hence electric dipole is not formed. But what happens when we place these non-polar molecules in external electric field? Then you see that the positive and negative charges, they get separated. So there is a electric dipole moment is induced, and in that condition we can say that now it has some dipole moment. So when electric field is applied, then the positive charges, they are pushed and negative charges, they are attracted or moved towards positive plate. Due to the separation of the center of the positive and negative charges, a dipole is formed. So that is called non-polar dielectrics or non-polar molecules. Similarly, polar molecules or the polar dielectrics, which are made by the polar molecules, or the molecule in which the center of positive charge does not coincide with the center of the negative charge, that is called polar molecules. Or when we say that they are made of the polar molecules, then it is called polar dielectrics. For example, we can say that HCl, H2O, NH3, alcohol, etc. They all are the polar molecules. And as what we say that in case of the non-polar molecules, they are of the symmetrical shape, but polar molecules, they are not of the symmetrical shape. Here you see that in the diagram, HCl. So Cl is negative, H is positive. So that's why the direction of the electric dipole moment is from negative to positive. So that's why this arrow is representing the direction of the dipole moment. Similarly here, H2O, direction of electric dipole moment is from O to H, that is O is negative, H is positive. And here you see that another diagram of the same this diagram. Here the angle between them is 105 degree. So again we see that effect of the electric field onto the polar molecules. So first we take when we are not applying any electric field. So in that case you see that They have the dipoles, but they are randomly distributed. There is no particular direction. So overall dipole moment is 0 in the absence of electric field. But when we apply the electric field, then you see what happens. Then the dipoles, they try to align in the direction of the electric field, but completely they cannot be aligned in the direction of the electric field because of the thermal agitation. So some thermal energy are generated due to the realignment of the electric dipoles in the direction of the electric field. So that's why we say that they orient themselves, but completely they are not aligned in the direction of electric field due to the thermal agitation. But some dipole moment is developed here. Now come to the dielectric polarization. Now what we do? Dielectric polarization. For the dielectric polarization, we take a non-polar molecules, that is the molecule in which center of positive charge and the negative charge coincide. So net dipole moment is 0. So when we place such non-polar molecule in an external electric field, then the positive and negative charges of this non-polar molecule are displaced in opposite direction. And this displacement stops when external force on the constituent charges of the molecule is balanced by the restoring force due to internal field in the molecules. What happens when the positive and negative charges get separated? Then there is a internal field is developed. So non-polar molecules thus develops an induced dipole moment, and the dielectric is said to be polarized by external electric field. That is, this phenomena is known as dielectric polarization. Similarly, what happens when a dielectric with polar molecules placed in external electric field, then also developed net dipole moment, just you have studied. Then in either case, whether polar or non-polar molecules, they are placed in external electric field, then a dielectric develops a net dipole moment in the presence of external electric field. Then the dipole moment per unit volume is called polarization, and it is denoted by capital P. For linear isotropic dielectric, what we say that polarization, that is dipole moment per unit volume, is directly proportional to the electric field. And for omitting the proportionality sign, we require a constant, and that constant is known as chi E. And this chi E is known as electric susceptibility, which is a constant characteristics of the dielectric. In other words, we say that it is electrical susceptibility of the dielectric medium. You see in the diagram, when the electric field is 0, at that time, and when the electric field is applied, at that time, you see the diagram. Further, you see the diagram. When the electric field is 0, at that time, electric dipole moment is 0. Means there is no dipole moment per unit volume. But when electric field is applied, then you see that the electric dipole developed. Means positive and negative charges, they get separated. The negative charges get drifted towards the positive end of the plate, and positive charges move away. So due to which dipole moment per unit volume gets induced, and which is known as dielectric polarization. Due to the induced dipole, there is an electric field is also developed, and that electric field is due to the polarization, which is opposite to the direction of electric field applied and represented by EP vector, and the original electric field which we applied from these plates, which is represented by E naught vector. If you like my video, then you like it, subscribe it, press the bell icon. Thank you and have a nice day.